What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Steve Pulaski Tries It, the show dedicated to the analysis and appreciation of the products we know, love, and consume. So here we go. Got a new one today, fairly new. I wish I could have done this sooner, but I've been busy. Like I said, fairly new, debuted kind of like its predecessor, where it was mainly on college campuses before it hit like a nationwide in-store release. Mountain Dew White Label. If you remember last year when I did Mountain Dew Black Label, I was hugely excited for it, and I love it. I still drink Mountain Dew Black Label on occasion. It's just a phenomenal beverage, really. Very rich, but very flavorful, not like a conventional Mountain Dew. So I got high hopes for this White Label. There's also Green Label, which I do have. I got that upstairs. I think that's kiwi, like green apple or something like that. Some hybrid like that, I think. I will do that in due time. No pun intended. But this one says Dew with crafted tropical citrus, where it was if I'm not mistaken, the Black Label is like dark berry or something along those lines, something a little bit stranger. But yeah, this is Dew with crafted tropical citrus. Now, I'm not the biggest citrus fan. If you watch the show for a while, the Steve Pulaski Tries It, citrus is not one of my favorite things that they put in beverages. I often think it's a little bit too strong. It's fairly acidic as well. But this one claims mysteriously exotic Dew, and it also comes in a very sharp can. Looks like a pretty fancy lad drinking out of this thing. But we got to pour it into the whiskey glass to keep it classy over here, and not to mention to see the color as well. Like I said, thank you guys for putting up with me kind of being a little bit lacking on the Tries-Its recently. I promise I will try to get back to doing them with some consistency. But here we go. It is white, very pearly white liquid as well. Kind of looks like lemonade. I was going to say it really reminds me of like pure lemonade, if you know what that is. Smells mysteriously exotic. Nah, it actually smells pretty much like citrus. Little bit of like grapefruit, little bit of passion fruit in there too. It smells pretty good. It's definitely it's definitely got nice it's nice, definitely got a nice like aroma to it. It's a lot like the 1893 sodas, where you can tell like a lot of colas don't have a lot of smell, but these that are a little bit more specialty, a little bit more premium, you can tell that they do have a lot. Anyway though, yeah, but a lot like the 1893 sodas. They definitely put more emphasis on the aromas and the smells of it than other sodas too, that are just a little bit blander and just kind of smell like sugar water too. So cheers. Let's get on with Mountain Dew White Label. It's hard to grade this one in comparison to Black Label. It really is. And it's not just because I think Black Label's a phenomenal beverage, but when you contrast something like a berry flavor with a citrus flavor, the one is going to inevitably be very rich, and the other one is going to be more aqueous. Citrus is going to be a little bit more aqueous. It's going to have a little bit more of a watery kind of texture to it as well. And that's what this is, too. And it's also going to depend, too, on whether or not you like citrus. This isn't a terrible citrus, but it's a bit sour for my taste. It's a little bit too sour for my palate, at least in a beverage. I don't mind sour stuff, but it's like, if I'm eating like sour candy or something like that, I gotta have like that. I gotta eat like actually solid sour food. I can't really drink sour liquid on a regular basis. That's why the new advent of sour beers right now is like, it's sitting right with me personally. But it's not bad. It's definitely got a nice flavor to it. It's consistent. It's not like it's got like a sharp, pungent flavor. But I really go back to the 1893 Citrus Cola because I think that not only was that just a really drinkable, quenchable beverage, but it was also a very different kind of citrus. This is more archetypal. It's got a more of like the textbook kind of grapefruit, a little bit of sourness to it as well, a little bit of a lemonade kind of texture too. And when we got, like, I just tried that Mountain Dew Spike not too long ago. I got another one upstairs. I got to try the raspberry lemonade. But I just tried that Mountain Dew Spike not too long ago with like I think it was like cactus juice or something like that in it, and that was kind of like this too. So it's weird that like they're almost making two very similar beverages and canning them too, especially when this is for their label series. So it's a come down from Black Label, definitely. I think anything really was going to be, but overall, it's not terrible. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 4 stars. I think it's okay. I think it's got a nice consistency to it too. I think it's got a nice aroma to it. But for my personal palate, it's a bit too harsh and it's a bit too much, especially in a 16 ounce. I did forget to mention this is a 16-ounce can. And I also, like an idiot, forgot to mention the nutrition facts that it's 140 calories, 70 milligrams of sodium, 36 grams of total carbohydrates, and 35 grams of sugar. Not a health drink. Thank you guys for watching. No, I'm Steve Pulaski. Like I said, I give Mountain Dew White Label a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Like I said, I will be back. Hopefully, going to be reviewing the next Mountain Dew Green Label and Mountain Dew Spiked Raspberry Lemonade within the next week or two. And I will see you guys on the next Steve Pulaski Tries It or video review. Thank you all for watching.